What's up guys, welcome back to a new weekly reflection. I'm going to be reviewing last week's price action from May 18th to May 23rd. As you can see, it was a pretty poor week in terms of news. The only news we had, red folder news, was on Thursday, and the rest of the week was just blank. So I think most people agree it was not the best price action, but of course that doesn't mean that we need to blow accounts. If it's bad PA, you should just stay off the market and put your risk low, right? So I'm going to go over every single day, my thought process, my lessons, my mistakes. It was not a very good week for me, not at all. So it's very important that I reflect on this and just share my lessons, my mistakes with you guys, and just basically the trades I've taken. So I decided to stay off this Monday, because I just thought it's a no news Monday. I was not fresh, better to stay out. And unfortunately, that's exactly the day when I thought we had the best setup, because there was actually a really nice setup, and that kind of frustrated me, because I was like, oh my god, the first day that I didn't trade and then there was a good setup. But anyways, that shouldn't be causing any problems. You should just accept it. But if I go onto Monday, you'll see this is what I basically saw. So going into the week, I'm still very bullish, right? This monthly PSP here, we have this weekly here that pushed price even further. So I mean, there's no reason to be bearish in my opinion. Only if we form a really clean bearish setup, then I can maybe take some shorts towards discount of the higher time frame range. That's a possibility. But I know longs are still the best, because I mean, it's just following the higher time frame order flow, the biggest confirmed cracks and the context. So I'm going to be focusing more on longs. That was my bias going into the week. So on Monday, what we basically saw, what I saw is we had this weekly bearish here. We took out, I don't know, let me just double check, between NQ, ES and YM. Basically the week before we took out Friday's high on ES, as you can see, but we did not do that on NQ. So that started this bearish trend. And now going into Monday, we are kind of in discount of this higher time frame range. We tapped, I don't know, I think some 1 hour fair value gaps. Let me check. Yeah, right here you see. And I mean, yes, we have this weekly bearish, but I don't think it's confirmed, right? Even if we have like a big displacement down, we're still bullish on the higher time frame, right? So I'm seeing this as a retracement, just a sweep of some sell side right here. And then I'm not going to be shorting right here, because I know we are in this gap. We just took out sell side. This weekly, in my opinion, was just to retrace price here. And yeah, I'm pretty bullish here. And that's not the only reason. Let me go to the 1 minute, which is usually my execution time frame. This was basically Monday's open, and why I thought this was actually a really nice setup. So basically, before the open, this is like 9:15, 9:20. What did we do? We created 90-minute hidden bullish sequential SMT, and then right after there's a micro, right? And so this is one of my setups. I think this looked really, really clean. Why? Not because I'm just trading stacked SMTs as a pattern, but more so because it follows every other context, right? We are below the true day open, below the true session open, so below true stacked opens. And basically we inverse this gap right after. That's my displacement, that's my inversion confirmation. After here, 9:30 open, I can just enter here in this fair value gap and then target higher, because there was some really nice low resistance liquidity, and Monday just delivered crazy. There was no retracement, just straight to the draw. We had the manipulation here before the open, so then I expect 9:30 to distribute higher. So this was following the higher time frame bullish bias of me, and we had a bigger range SMT. That's also nice. So yeah, I didn't really care about this weekly because it already pushed price towards discount. I think that was the only reason of this weekly. Right after, we just took this out as a nice buy side target, because usually these SMTs, SMTs in general, they just act as a really good liquidity pool. So I thought this was a really nice trade on Monday. Stop would then definitely be at this micro low, and then I don't know, this would have been I think a really nice setup like this. Where is this? Something like this. And yeah, just no chop at all. So I was really frustrated that I didn't trade Monday. But anyways, That's the game. We should move forward. That was basically Monday, no trades. I only started trading on Tuesday. So what did we do on Tuesday? So after Monday, we basically took out this draw, swept buy side on the higher time frame. Now we just continue lower. We don't really go higher. So I'm thinking we can just even go lower. Still, I'm bullish on the higher time frame. What did we have here? Gonna break it down. We had a daily in pre-market bearish in a 1 hour gap, which pushed price lower. Here, before the market open, we tapped a nice 50-minute gap. Let me show you on the 50-minute time frame. You see here, we tapped this nice gap, and then we immediately pushed towards this sell side target. Looking into it more on the 1 minute, where's the Tuesday's price action? What the hell? Oh, yeah, like this. So basically, nice low resistance liquidity. This is where we open. We just retrace back to some gaps, tap above trope once again, and then we distribute through to the draw basically, right? So this is a day where we had the cracks already in place in pre-market, and the open just delivers to the draw, just distribute, right? Just a little manipulation to fill some gaps, and that's it, right? A little bit of chop, but it ended up delivering. But it was a bad day for me because let me take a look. I took a short and a long. The first short, the long was right here, because after we took out the draw, I'm thinking, okay, we took out sell side, and I'm bullish on the higher time frame. We are inside this gap. We have now a daily hidden, and we have a 50-minute precision candle, which is a 50-minute precision swing point on ES or YM. We are inside this 4-hour gap. Right after we have this big displacement up, so I'm taking a long right here. I took a long right here, but then my stop is obviously at the daily SSMT low. I took a long here, and I immediately just took it off after I saw this bearish candles. So I was scared because of this, and I didn't put my stop at where it should be. So this is one of my mistakes of this week. As you can see, my journal did not trust my stop at the invalidation. For me, a stop loss should be an invalidation for a trade. It should not be just a fair value gap or an order block, because we can easily retrace back to it. So I didn't expect this chop. I thought we're just going to go through this low. So I didn't trust my trading system essentially. And yeah, I just decided to just cut the loss and immediately just deliver to my draw. So that was a pain in the ass, to be honest. I didn't trust my stop, but anyways, after this, it triggered some emotions, some bad degenerate habits again. And after I saw this micro, I just shorted without any proper reason. I just thought we had this daily and now we have a micro, little displacement. I shorted here and then immediately got stopped out again. So really bad day, really bad decision. The long here towards the highs, because there was really nice liquidity. We had this daily following the higher time frame order flow in an hour for gap, 50-minute precision swing point below true opens. This looked nice to trade higher from here. But yeah, I got stopped out because I was scared here. But yeah, it should have been a really nice long. The only bad trade, really, not in terms of trade management, but was this short. This short was just really bad. There's no reason to be trading just a micro because it should be like next to another SSMT, right? And this micro is already in discount, is below the true opens. It's not close to the daily, so it's not really a stacked sequential SMT setup. So this was a really bad trade, and especially because I didn't wait for a clean confirmation. If I see a micro, I need like a 1 minute displacement down, and this displacement, it's not enough. We are just chopping around here, respecting discount of this small range. I mean, this doesn't look like we want to trade lower, so really bad trade of me. Then we ended up creating another 90. That was nice to trade higher. You see, we respect the SMTs, but it's just a lot of chop. So yeah, it takes some time for price to deliver, but it ends up working, right? My trading system, it ends up working. It's just you need to be patient and not take shorts in discount when it's not looking them clear. The only good trade I thought was maybe this little short towards the draw after this daily, and then after we have the opposing daily, which then cancels this one out, you can trade long, right? And then you shouldn't care what happens in PM. You should only trade AM. I think this was creating another, or you can see here, I even marked it out. So Tuesday PM, what did we do? We then had a 90 and a micro, and then PM delivers like crazy. right? So we had been stacking up a lot of low resistance liquidity right here, and then PM with a stacked true opens, with a stacked sequential SMT setup, it just delivered lower. So after this micro, I just need like a 1 minute displacement, creating an inverse fair value gap. That's what's happening right here, and then you can trade a short lower towards this liquidity. So I'm thinking, because this was a daily hidden with YM, this was a daily with like ES, this holds stronger even though this opposes it. We're still like, the context looks better to go lower here because we didn't fill this hour 4 gap here. Let me see, where is this price action? You see here, we just took buy side on the higher time frame. We are here. We can easily retrace to this gap, right? So that's why I think shorts look better with this daily in the gap. The daily hidden bullish was just to retrace price. As you can see here on the 1 minute, it was just, in my opinion, to retrace price, stack some more liquidity, and now we are again above the true opens, and now shorts become more valid, right? We are in premium of this higher time frame range, above true opens. Now a 90 and a micro is enough to push price lower, right? And then it still respects this daily. So this daily and 90 was just to retrace price a bit higher. That's just what I'm thinking. And yeah, pretty hard day. Long was good, but just a wrong stop loss. And then this micro was just a degenerate trade after this bad decision I made from this long. So, sorry if I'm going too fast. I'm just literally brain dumping what I'm thinking. It really helps me just reflect and learn from what I've done wrong. But anyways, that was Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, I took a nice trade. The only winning day of the week. And basically, what was it? Now we basically tap this hour for 50-minute gap. Now longs look better, right? We are in discount of the higher time frame. We have an SMT, another SMT here before the open on Wednesday, and especially because Tuesday was such a chop, this looked like a really nice liquidity pool for Wednesday to take out, and that's exactly what happened. That was my bias. I've been live streaming, and I say this before the market open. Longs look really, really nice here. Also because we are below true session open, below true day open. So now we are again in discount, right? I really need to work on only taking longs if the smart money reversal happens below the true opens, and shorts if the smart money reversal happens above the true opens. So here we create some SMTs. It's not a sequential SMT, but it can still be used for bullish bias, right? It's a crack. Sequential SMTs are just higher probable. But because we have all this context, we are below the true opens, we have low resistance liquidity. What else do we have here? Wednesday. So you see this red dot is when the market opens. We have an SMT, we create a 50-minute precision swing point. There is nothing on the highs, right? The only thing that's bearish is that we just swept buy side on the higher time frame here. But for the rest, I'm just literally comparing every single, like the two sides of the market. Are we bullish or bearish? And I'm seeing there is nothing bearish. There's no bearish SMT. There is no bearish context. The only thing that I see is bullish context. SMT. We are in the hour 1 gap. We are here respecting discount of the higher time frame range. Then we have some nice low resistance liquidity. And this one, even better low resistance liquidity. So we are below true opens. We have this hour 1 PSP. We are in an hour 1 gap, 50-minute PSP is forming. So all the cracks, they point bullish at the open. It's not a setup because I don't trade just SMT. I need like a daily or 90-minute or a weekly. But this is the reason, in my opinion, why price moved up. So here at the open, we push up, exactly took out the draw as I wanted. We tap even from this 50-minute gap, then followed by a minute 1 SMT fill because ES or YM didn't fill this gap. Did fill this gap, but NQ did not. And then we continue higher. So I think if you want to take a low probability long, it would have been here after we displaced up, just trading higher. You could take that long, but I waited a little bit for more confirmation. Now, essentially, we are above the true opens. So not ideal for taking longs, but because YM was trading below true opens here and formed this 90 and NQ was trading higher and just it was a stronger pair, and we had this clean liquidity that was just so dumb clear. I literally said on stream, there's no way we're not going to take out this draw from here. So I was really confident. For me to take a trade, I just need to have conviction. And this was just dumb clear to me that, okay, now we have another cracking correlation. It's not a stacked sequential SMT. It's not an SMT in a gap, but it just looked so damn clear that I took a small long with a few micros. And that's why like intuition and like discretion in trading is very important. I'm not going to follow my rules every single time. My system is just to see, okay, is my bias bullish or bearish? And then I just decide based on my market experience, is this a good trade? And in my opinion, everything pointed long. We have another crack. This looked like a clean long towards this buy side target. Also, why was I not like scared of this daily and 90 minute? Well, because daily 90 minute, if I want to trade this lower, this is a stacked sequential SMT setup, I need a 5-minute displacement, creating an inverse fair value gap on the 5-minute. And here we're just chopping around, no 5-minute displacement, so I'm not trusting this yet, right? So yeah, that was my bias on Wednesday, took this nice long. Let's go now to Thursday. Thursday now. From Wednesday PM session, we just basically dropped off really hard. This was now Thursday price action. And what I was seeing here was kind of dumb, I'm not gonna lie. Basically what happened is in pre-market, again, 7 a.m. EST, we had this daily bearish with a 50-minute precision swing point. A really nice setup. If I trade P-market, I would definitely take this. 50-minute displacement, and then you can trade lower towards this nice sell side target in this gap in higher time frame range. So I think this was a really nice short if you trade P-market. And then from here, what I basically saw at the open right here, 9:30, I saw a micro bearish. And so I was thinking, oh, we have this daily and now we retrace and now we have this micro. So daily plus micro, I can trade lower. So I took an initial short right here, but then got stopped out after news. And my reason for this being a bad trade, now that I'm reflecting on this, is because I was just treating this as a pattern. I was just thinking, oh, my trading system says stacked SMTs, daily micro, above the true opens, short. But if you zoom out, just literally zoom out here, you look at Thursday's price action, we literally just swept sell side here. We tapped this gap. The daily basically did what it's supposed to do. And now we immediately, on the 50-minute, look how bullish this looks. We really want to go higher. We inverse this 50-minute. And this micro here is just for us to retrace price lower, tap this gap, and then go higher. So I should have been sticking to my bullish bias from the beginning of the week. I mean, this is just to retrace price. And that was basically my mistake. It was shorts didn't look dumb clear here, just because right after this micro, we trade basically below the true open, so ideal for longs. We create this 50-minute SMT fill because ES or YM didn't tap this 50-minute gap. We create a 50-minute precision swing point as well, and now price just trades higher. So really bad trade, really bad short because of a few reasons. Let me see what I wrote down right here on Thursday. It's against my biggest confirmed cracks. I was bullish, so I should follow more my bullish bias. And the daily already delivered to sell side, right? It already delivered towards this draw. So there's no clean draw that I can target right here. The only clean draw here, it was the highs, right? High, high, high. We can easily retrace higher towards this gap, which is what we did, and then decide from here what we're gonna do, right? So really bad short here after this 50-minute SMT fill, 50-minute PSP here. I should have just closed the short and not even take the short in the first place. But yeah, and focus on longs. Longs look pretty nice. I was just a little bit sad about my bad trade that I didn't see this nice setup afterwards. Basically from here, so you see this bad short. But from here then, let me just delete this. I was trying to continue playing longs here after I realized, okay, longs are the move today. So I was looking at this gap, micro SMT, to trade even higher because this is a clean high. I don't see this as just the high that's gonna be formed here and we continue lower. This is a clean high. I expect a stop rate at least here before going down or even higher. So I was looking at this to place a little long here. First, I think I got stopped out or at break even here because I saw this micro, I saw this displacement in this 5-minute gap, and I thought I'm just gonna take a little long right here. But why was this bad? Just look at this. Is this a clean displacement? Is this a clean manipulation? Yeah, manipulation looks clean, but the displacement doesn't look that damn clean, right? I mean, there's just a small fair value gap. We're just like chopping around. If you really zoom in or zoom out a bit, you see this is just a consolidation. But from here, look at the difference. Look at the difference from this displacement and then this displacement. It's huge, right? This looks so much more damn clear. And we create a 90-minute as well. So a 90-minute below true opens as well. Then a clean displacement, and then yeah, you can trade here higher. After we create this daily with ES, you should take out LNQ. So I think this was a really good long that you could have taken. I was just a little bit early here because the displacement was not damn clear. And this 90 is of course below true opens, cleaner displacement, looked way cleaner. This was just to build up some more engineered liquidity. So that's my thought process here. And yeah, that was basically Thursday. I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best price action this week, but again, that should not be the reason to take them setups, right? You should just be patient and yeah, wait for your setup to be damn clear. Then Friday, again, a bad day for me. Man, not going good. But anyways, let's learn from this. My bias here going into the day, what I said on stream is basically we create this really big pre-market range. You see here, this is Friday before the market opened. Pre-market, we had a very big range. Look at this. It's like 1.5 ticks, almost 400, like 450 points drop. When this happened, and I said this on stream, okay, I'm gonna probably trade, but I'm gonna be more risk off because we have this very big range forming in pre-market. And if you see this, you can just already say like, okay, I'm not gonna trade today because this turns everything in the New York AM so much lower probable. So it's a really bad time to trade Friday, in my opinion. You could have traded some things here, but you see it's just not the best price action. The only thing that we did on Friday was just to retrace higher to the gaps, which was my bias. I thought, okay, we have this very big drop here. We open the market right here. Most likely, we're just gonna retrace to some gaps here today. That's what we did, but I took some bad decisions once again. Let me go over the trades that I took. Basically, my bias was still bullish because of this again, like my bullish bias for the last few weeks, basically. The only bearish thing was this buy side that we took out, but I think this was just to retrace price lower, which we did now. And now we tap basically a gap, a daily gap right here. We have now on Friday a potential monthly bullish sequential SMT with YM. We have here before the market open also a micro bullish, a 1 hour PSP. So now the cracks and contacts at the open, for me, it pointed higher, right? It pointed higher. So I wanted to see these gaps being tapped. So I waited. I could have maybe take some longs here, but it was just not high, probably my opinion. We just had the 1 hour PSP micro. Let me see here where the market opened. The market opened right here. And yeah, there was just nothing to really play, in my opinion. So after then, we tapped this 1 hour gap. I was thinking, okay, we can maybe play some shorts because now we have a 90 here, 90 bearish in the 1 hour gap. So I was thinking, oh, this is part of my system. But I was just trading this once again, like Tuesday or Wednesday. I think Tuesday, I was trading this as a pattern. So really bad trade. I was just not focused. I was just basically forcing trades a little bit. And basically after I saw this 90, I need a 5-minute displacement, right? And I hopped in a little bit too early. So this is where the 90 happened. I saw this as the displacement, but I said on stream, I need this gap to get inversed. And that didn't even happen. We still respect this gap. So I hopped in too early because I saw an initial 5-minute SMT fill here, which is nice, but it immediately got invalidated and we just immediately formed a micro here. I was scared to take off the trade because I was just so focused on this short, but that's really dangerous, right? You should really be able to just cut out the trade because you see the opposing cracks and context makes more sense, and that's not what I did, so really bad. This 5 minute ended up getting respected, and let me see what else we got here. So I basically took this short really bad. Because yeah, I mean this 90 and in a 1 hour gap and 5 minute displacement. One thing, there was no confirmation. I need this gap to get inverse, which never happened, and the context and cracks were just pointing just bullish, right? I mean, just follow what makes most sense. And because of this monthly, this higher time frame bullish bias I've been having for weeks, this 1 hour PSP micro here, we can easily trade higher. And we are below the true opens here. So it makes more sense to just continue trading higher. So after this, I got stopped out. Let me see. We formed this micro here in a 50-minute gap. This is a small 50-minute gap. So micro in 50-minute gap is one of my systems. And you see then this works out, right? This is essentially also SMT in a gap. It's a 90-minute in a 1 hour gap. And this is a micro in a 50-minute gap. So why did this end up working? Because this follows the context, the biggest context and the biggest crack. So that's why pattern trading is never good. You should always pair quarterly theory with context, with ICT context, with ICT concepts. And then you're just going to become so much better because you pair everything and you only trade like patterns, but they align with the bias, with the context, with the biggest confirmed cracks, if you get what I mean. So after this micro 50-minute gap, this is one of my setups, but I just got stopped out. I was done for the day. I was not feeling good. So potential long maybe you could have taken is then after this 1 minute SMT fill, because I think ES or YM didn't fill this gap. Then this traded higher, and then maybe take some longs like this. If you want to be really cheeky, you put it at the 1 minute SMT fill low or here, and then you can trade it higher. Anyways, you can see here this 90 was just to retrace price, never did a confirmation on the 5 minute, and now this just basically turns as low resistance liquidity, right? SMT can always be used as a really nice liquidity pool because it's basically just stacked up highs, right? So that was Friday, a really bad decision. I didn't wait for confirmation. I was just trading it like a pattern and not seeing that the biggest context and confirmed cracks were actually pointing bullish, right? Because the only thing bearish here was that we are in a gap, we formed 90 minute and we didn't even have displacement down. So that's why it was a really bad trade. So that's my reflection of the week. You can see here, very bad week, but we learn from it. Every single week I learn new things, I become better. And I mean, if I do this for an entire year or more, then I'm going to be unstoppable, I think. So I hope you guys enjoy this. One of my biggest lessons, I posted this on my story as well. It was actually my first week that I live streamed like 4 times at least. And it was very tough and in red big time. I feel like I'm forcing trades too much that are not following my trading system. I'm seeing opportunity that's not there just because I'm streaming and want to be in a trade. But obviously that's not the way to go. I'm also caring a little bit too much about what the chat is saying in my streams. Which results in me being less focused on the price action. So the reason why I was just a little bit stressed and not really following my system here, I took a short where it's not even following my system, no confirmation. Also on Tuesday, took a little bad short just because of this reason, right? I just didn't expect I would hit 100 live viewers in my first week. I'm very thankful for this, but I mean, it's stressing me the fuck out, to be honest. I think it's good because I take less dumb decisions. Like otherwise I would already blow my account, I'm not gonna lie. But because people are watching me, I'm like limiting my trades and not over trading. But I'm still taking some dumb setups because I'm just a little bit stressed out that people are watching me. But anyways, it's my first week. I think if I keep doing this, live streaming every single day when I can, I will become more confident. I would care less what people say and just really focus on actually following my system, right? Because I know my system works, it's just executing it. I'm just thinking like, because I'm live streaming, I just need to prove people that I can trade and that I need to keep people happy by placing a trade, because otherwise people are just seeing me for 2 hours just tape reading. But that's the wrong mindset. I realized like I need to just focus on being as patient as much as I can, because the best traders, they just, people, I think they will respect me more if I take like 2 trades a week and just sit down for like 3 days a week, just staring at the charts and doing nothing. That's better than just taking trades here and there, which I was doing last week. So that's a lesson that I'm going to take with me next week. I'm really focusing now on being really strict on my trading system, being less staring at the chat, more focused on my chart, and really focusing on, okay, check, does this follow my trading system? Check, does this look dumb clear? And only taking dumb clear setups, right? And also adjusting my risk management, because as you can see, my risk is really not good. On my losing days, I lost really much, and on my winning trades, I just risk less. So really keeping my risk consistent. I'm thinking like 4 or 5 micros. This challenge here is in a drawdown, and this challenge is like 29% complete. Doesn't really matter, this is all demo money, but still I need to work on following good habits, only trading my system, applying good risk management. And that was my little brain dump of this week. I hope you enjoyed this. Gonna keep posting these weekly reflections. I really think it helps me, and I'm seeing you guys on Tuesday, live streaming every single day. And yeah, peace out guys, bye bye.